Damn, man, it's officially over for the Lakers season, man. I just finished editing the full entire game. For everybody in the comments that be saying you don't watch it live, you just watch the highlights. This is me. I watched the full game live, and then I chopped it up and edited everything. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, make sure y'all drop a like, man. It took a little while. It's currently 1:25 a.m. But, man, let's see what LeBron got to say, man.
LeBron James, let's hear what he has to say post-game.
I wonder how you go into an offseason after year 22, when you probably had high hopes heading into the postseason that end abruptly like this.
Hey, one thing, hey, he better not even say that. It's just basketball stuff, bro. No, bro. Explain yourself, my nigga. Please, bro.
Obviously, for me,
man, it's really over.
Since my first NBA Finals appearance, I think in 2007, the moment I got an opportunity to be a part of that and taste that feeling, from there on, every season that I did not make it to the finals or did not win a championship has been a disappointment. So it'd be the same for me, you know. It'd be the same all season of disappointment and unfulfillment, you know, have an opportunity, you know, to play longer.
22 points, 9 for 21, 3 for 6 from the free throw. Missed 3 free throws. Missed what? 12 shots.
Give yourself an opportunity.
Man, I know he's not perfect, but
nothing changes for me.
What do you mean nothing changes, bro?
The fact that you're gonna enter into an offseason on a roster that has Lvgit, that secured the number 3 seed in the West in a really tough West this year. What type of thoughts does that give you about your end game, and you know, how many more years will we see you play?
Here you go with these questions. You don't know.
I don't know. I don't have an answer to that.
Of course.
Something I'll sit down with my family, my wife, and my support group, and kind of just talk to it and see what happens, and then just have a conversation with myself on how long I want to continue to play. I don't know the answer to that right now, to be honest. So let me see.
LeBron, kind of too along those lines. There's belief, and teams always believe to a degree. This team had like that real. It seemed like that real, genuine belief. Did that energize you in ways and challenge you mentally and physically in ways that you could see wanting to do more of this, having that opportunity?
No. You know, I walk into the practice facility and walk into this arena with high energy all the time, you know, and I just try to spill that to my teammates, try to spill the belief into my teammates, play as hard as I can, do whatever I can out on the floor when I have the opportunity to do it. But
you wasn't playing as hard as you could tonight, bro. There's moments you was just looking tired out there, man. You was looking tired, bro. Like giving up on plays. If you watch the full game live, you'll know what I'm talking about, man. I understand nigga is 40, bro, but for fans like me that's been a fan of LeBron for so long, bro, it just hurt to see him go out like this, bro. Consecutive years getting eliminated, man.
I think the only thing is it's up to me if I want to, you know, continue to play or how long I want to continue to play.
I just want to see him go back to the finals, man.
You've taken on so many different challenges in your career. Being paired mid-season with another ball dominant superstar, it was one that you'd never had before. How did that go? What were the challenges with that? And what areas do you think that pairing could be better in the future with more time?
Yeah, anytime you make an acquisition or a big acquisition in the middle of the season, it's always going to be challenging. You know, and not only for me, but for AR and for the rest of the group on how we're playing. I mean, we went from, you know, the ball wanting to touch the ball in AD's hands, you know, either off pick and rolls or off post ups or off elbow catches. You know, but it started with myself and AR kind of handling the ball handling, and then making sure we got 80 the ball. You know, and the whole obviously dynamic changed. You know, when we made the acquisition of Luka to, you know, how can we change our approach to best fit his game, and how can we center our game around his. You know, and you know, I think it's always challenging when you make like I said, a big acquisition like that. There were times where we, you know, obviously didn't look so well. You know, a couple games early on. But I think we kind of figured it out. You know, kind of later in the season. The more and more games we had, I still don't think we had enough time to mesh, but for the time that we had, I thought we ended the regular season very well to, you know, be top 3 in the West. Obviously, you know how tough the West is. I thought that was a good test for us, and you know we had some challenges, but I think, you know, ultimately having a guy like that is very dynamic for any franchise.
LeBron, how did, I think it was the final 12 games you guys played where you had your full unit after you returned, how did the end of the regular season, but also this series inform, from a team perspective, the areas of improvement for next season?
I don't know. I mean, obviously, we don't even. Man, listen, it's a business too, so you don't know what the roster will look like next year, besides the guys that's locked into contracts. So we don't. I mean, shit, I got a lot to think about myself. So I don't know what the roster will look like. I don't know what I'm, you know, where I stand right now. But I think whatever happens, I think JJ is going to continue to grow. I thought he had a hell of a rookie campaign for a rookie coach, you know, and it's a lot different being a rookie coach. it's already hard being a rookie coach in the NBA, and it's a hell of a lot harder being a rookie head coach coaching the Lakers. It's a whole nother ballgame. And I thought he handled it extremely well. I thought he just learned every single day. He held us accountable. He pushed us. I thought JJ and his coaching staff were great throughout the whole season. And that was pretty cool. So that's one thing for sure that you guys know for sure that would be. And he was a great coach, up and coming coach that would be great for many, many years.
LeBron, basically from mid-January on, right when AD got injured, you guys started playing a lot of centerless basketball, and that required a lot from you and Doe, Rui, and then Vando once he got back. Just from a physical, taxing standpoint, how tough was that for the last 3.5 months to play that style, and do you feel like that caught up at all in this series?
No comment. I never say that because my guy AD said what he needed, and then he was gone the following week. So I got no comment.
Damn.
I put that uniform on every night. I gave everything I had, and that's all that matters.
Wow.
Hey, Bron.
Throwing shots at the GM? What's that, bro?
With everything that you've accomplished, where does playing alongside your son rank, especially considering everything that he's overcome?
Number one, for sure. That's easy. It's not even close. I mean, to be able to play the game that I love and to be able to be along my son this whole year has been one of the most gratifying, satisfying journeys I've ever been on. Just to see his growth from the moment he was drafted when we were all in New York at the draft party to seeing him in summer league, struggle early on in summer league and pick it up towards the end, to get on the floor with him in preseason for the first time, I believe it was in Palm Springs, to get on the court versus this Minnesota team, game 1, and just to see what he was able to do every single day by just channeling his mind and his work, just putting in the work and just seeing how much he grew from, like I said, the moment from he was drafted to, doing what he was doing in the G, getting opportunities with us. Super proud of the shortcomings that he had when we played in Philly. I thought that built so much character. And it showed when we sat out a lot of guys at their home game when we played Milwaukee. And I just thought that he has a bright future because not only can he play the game of basketball, he's just a great fucking kid. And you can ask anybody, any one of his teammates, any one of the coaches. It's just a joy to be around. And I have to say that I have a lot to do with that. Appreciate it.
Damn, Brian. It's really over for my boy this season, man. I don't know if we'll see him back. Hopefully so, man. But see if there's anything else we got to react to. And then that's going to wrap this one up, man. I didn't even check the box score either. Let me check the box score, too. Oh, what Ant got to say? I already know Ant on some BS.
What does a series win mean to you personally?
It means a lot. I mean, we beat the best player
What'd he say?
in the world. I'm like the best player ever. So. Rudy played phenomenal, man.
He said,
we beat the best player in the world. I'm like the best player ever. So.
best player in the world, best player ever. Best player in the world? That's not true. At least not right now. But ever? Yeah.
Oh, man. He played almost 40 minutes tonight. 12 for 15 from the field. Yeah, we can't ask nothing. He had 24 rebounds.
24.
He was the dragon tonight. Rudy was the dragon.
Nigga called him a dragon. This nigga got on a Tupac shirt.
Nothing. He had 24 rebounds. Good. He was the dragon tonight. Rudy was the dragon. Yeah, he was a dragon tonight, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Nah, he wasn't a dragon from Arctic. He was a dragon from Game of Thrones tonight. Yeah, nah, he was incredible tonight, to answer your question.
And before the playoffs started, right here, we had, you mentioned to me that you wanted everybody to be talking about the Lakers. You saw everybody picking the Lakers. How does it feel now to emerge from this series victorious the way that you guys had, the way you did, and to prove those kind of people wrong?
You know what makes it feel even better is that they said Lakers in 5 and the Wolves won in 5. So I think that makes it feel 10 times better. That's like my wins.
Wow.
They can't hear me? Who can't hear me? I don't care about the TV.
Nigga said he don't care about the TV. This nigga comedy, bro.
Now let's hear from Minnesota players Anthony Edwards and Naz Reid.
Congrats on the win. So what does
Stop lagging, bro. Come on,
this
bro.
series win mean to you both personally?
What?
What does the series win mean to you personally?
The best player in the world. I'm like the best player ever. So. How you doing? Feel good. Just a start, but I feel good about it as well. Especially the way we won. Like shit. You without it, and that's kind of just shows that you got a lot of character in the lot.
And I know you said your daughter has been a big motivation for you, and it's a huge responsibility as well as the playoffs. How has that experience been for you?
It's been fun, but hard because I'll be leaving for like 4 or 5 days, so she get to tripping on her mom. But other than that, it's been fun.
Ant, back here.
Damn, I did not see this. He said 5 for 9. Yeah, I gotta check stat sheet. Remind me to check stat sheet.
You've talked in the past about how much you all need from Rudy, and tonight it seems like it embodied the type of game that you were talking about from him. What did you see? How did he help you? And what can this team be when he plays like this?
Bobby? Who's Bobby? Who are you talking
about? Rudy played phenomenal, man. He played almost 40 minutes tonight. 12 for 15 from the field. Yeah, we can't ask nothing. He had 24 rebounds.
Yeah, we seen this.
He was the dragon tonight. Rudy was the dragon. Yeah, he was the dragon tonight for sure. Yeah, for sure. Nah, he wasn't the dragon from Antarctica. He was the dragon from Game of Thrones tonight.
Who he say? Antarctica?
For sure. Yeah, for sure. Nah, he wasn't the dragon from Antarctica. He was the dragon from Game of Thrones tonight. Yeah, nah.
Game of Thrones.
And before.
Yeah, nah, he was incredible tonight. To answer your question, he was the dragon from Game of Thrones tonight. For sure. Yeah. For sure. Nah, he wasn't the dragon from Antarctica though. He was the dragon.
What is Antarctica? Is that like a movie or something?
Game of Thrones tonight.
Right here, and right here. We had
that boy Randall iced out.
That you wanted everybody to be talking about the Lakers. You saw everybody picking the Lakers. How does it feel now to emerge from this series victorious the way that you guys had, the way you did, and to prove those kind of people wrong?
You know what makes it feel even better is that they said Lakers in 5 and the Wolves won in 5. So I think that makes it feel 10 times better. That's like my answer. They can't hear me? Who can't hear me? You don't care about the TV.
This nigga, bro.
Yeah, after Game 47, this is a team that could talk to each other. And I remember back in November, you were sitting in your locker after a loss to the Kings saying this team couldn't communicate with each other. At what point of this season did that flip for this team? And how did you guys become closer as a team? Maybe what moment did that happen for you guys throughout the course of the season?
I think the turning point for us was the game when Julius came back in Phoenix. I think that changed everything. We knew we needed him. We was missing him, and we was just missing that piece. Did Dante come back that game too? Or no?
He came back right around the same time.
Yeah. So when they came back, it kind of changed everything. Like our whole demeanor changed because we had like a team meeting with Finchie and the coaches, and like they got on us, and they feel like everybody responded the right way. Like everybody went and looked in the mirror and said, it's a lot of things that I can do better for myself to help the team instead of trying to blame somebody. So we did that, and everybody became like a grown man in a sense.
Ant right here.
I got some of the guys up here.
What do you say?
Ant right here.
I got two of the guys up here.
Nigga ain't trying to answer all the questions.
Your 3-ball just wasn't falling tonight. How frustrating was that for you? And when did you kind of make the decision that you were just going to try to put the ball on the floor?
I didn't really make a decision to stop shooting it. I still trusted it. It just didn't fall. But my teammates did a great job of. Julius did a great job of calling for the ball down the stretch because I would have kept trying to force it, trying to find something. But Julius had it going, and like I said, we're a team, so just give him the ball and let him go to work, realizing that he got the matchup that we're looking for.
Julius, this is obviously your first season with Rudy Gobert. I'm curious, kind of over the course of the year, sort of your perception of being like, I'm going to start in this front court with Rudy. What your perception of him was kind of coming in and how this would work, and into kind of over the course of the season, what it's been and then what he did tonight.
I just know he was like dominant in the paint. And
Dominant? Shut up, man. Stop it, man. He had one good game because them niggas had no center. Rudy versus any other center that's his size is dog ass juice, man. Like a Zubac, like maybe a Lvgit, Anthony Davis, Joel Embiid. Man, that nigga Rudy not dominant. He just had a good one game because they had no center. Don't ever say that again.
Get the rim. I've had my battles with Rudy over the years, so I knew who he was as a player. But obviously, when you play with somebody consistently, it's a little bit different. So over the course of the year, I really had to learn his strengths and how to help him in a sense. Because when he plays at a high level, same thing with Jaden, same thing with Nas. Like we can go down the line when they play at a high level, it just takes our team to a whole different dimension, and it makes us super dynamic. So. Just learning through the course of the year and how to communicate with him, all those different type of things. It's a process, but when he does what he does tonight, you see how good we can be as a team.
First off,
4 straight 20-point game. Wow, Randall was getting 20 every game.
Congratulations to all three of you gentlemen on the series win today. Julius, for you, there was a point in the series where I see you pretty much can get where you wanted to get when you wanted to get there. First part of the question, when did that come about in the game? And second part, did you see anything that they were trying to do schematically to try to take the ball out of your hand, or did you see them want to go one-on-one and you're just tunnel vision at that point, scoring how you want to score, who you want to score?
Yeah, I mean, when we started the series in the beginning, we kind of knew, their defense and, scheme-wise, how they like to play. So, I mean, it developed over the course of the series, but, honestly, when you play next to 5, it make the game a lot easier, you know what I mean? Because they throwing 2 or 3 people at them, so you just got to be, willing to move and be in the right spaces on the floor and,
you know, you got to be able to take advantage of that. So, I mean, it's not a person in the world that can guard him one-on-one. So, it's, you know, teams
Except
are throwing
me.
everything at him. And, you know, I always tell him, go be great. But, you know, if you need me, I'm right there for you. So, you know, I just try to make the game easy on him by, you know, attacking and putting pressure.
All right, man. I would want to hear what JJ got to say, too. But this video already long as hell, man. Like, god damn, God, this video long. Niggas ain't even asked Nas Reed no questions. Man, let me hear what JJ got to say. I'm gonna try to speed this up, too.
Coach JJ Redick postgame.
Let me speed this John up, man. What you got to say, JJ?
JJ, for this game
Nigga got clouds
How did you
tattoos.
see that happening when you're trying to get going offensively in the fourth?
We executed great in the fourth quarter. Missed shots at the rim, missed a bunch of threes. Shot 12 for 52 for the series in the fourth quarter from three.
Damn.
On top of that,
Oh, my fault.
You lose 2 games in Minnesota, minus 12 in scoring opportunities, minus 13, and then you lose by 20 tonight.
Damn.
You know, just too many turnovers, too many offensive rebounds, and you know, I think given the struggle scoring the ball, particularly early in the series.
Wait, did he just say lose by 20 tonight and it was only 103 to 96? What does he mean?
You know, there's a trade-off. There's always a trade-off.
Reeves only had 12, man.
Play as center.
Tough.
We couldn't score, so there's a trade-off to everything with this. But we obviously put ourselves in a position to be in the game 3 times in the fourth quarter and just came up short every time. But you know, again, the offensive part of it tonight in particular was we missed wide open threes. We missed a couple shots at the rim. We got good looks.
JJ, kind of going into the series, I think one of the thoughts was that because you guys had LeBron and Luka in close games, 2 down the stretch, like these are 2 of the best closers of all time. Did you see signs that their chemistry maybe in the fire wasn't where it needed to be in terms of, you know, kind of one guy going, one guy not going? Were they together enough, or was it kind of what you'd expect considering this team changed in mid-February, or early February, sorry?
Yeah, I mean, we played 13 games with our playoff rotation in the regular season. Brian and Luka obviously played more than that together, but these things take time. You know, Luka just went through it in Dallas with Kyrie, and doesn't happen overnight. We obviously wished that I wouldn't call it chemistry because they had chemistry, but that part of it we could figure out better, and we were, I guess, in a better place and more comfortable with that in the fourth quarters of playoff games. But you know, that partnership and that relationship is more than solid.
What was your message to the team after the game tonight?
You know, I think there's always a mix of disappointment and gratitude, but certainly disappointed and not something that I ever envisioned with this team, having to go in and talk to them, you know, after losing the first round. But give Minnesota a lot of credit. They're a really good basketball team, and I think our guys played hard enough and did all the right things. You know, we tried to make it work with what we had and came up a little short.
JJ, how does Luka's back?
This goddamn motherfucking small ball ass lineup, man. Imagine if that Mark Williams trade went through.
And what did you see from him in terms of trying to just gut it out in the second half?
I assume it's tight. I don't know. I know he could play. Obviously, he had some good stretches there in the second half, scoring the basketball.
Ouchie.
You went with Kleber tonight. You know, kind of didn't show your cards pregame.
Yeah, that Kleber sub in was so random, bro. This nigga hadn't played a playoff game the whole series, and he just pops in for an elimination game and didn't do shit. Nigga didn't play a single regular season game with the Lakers either, I don't think. Yeah, he didn't.
What was the thinking there, and what do you think he gave you after not playing like 3 months?
Yeah, I mean, I just played 3 minutes in the first half and whatever, 3 minutes in the second half. You know, we knew it was going to be spot minutes. He obviously had a very tight minute restriction, but just positional size. He's also just an incredibly intelligent player.
Incredibly intelligent, bro. That dude was trash.
You know, I thought it's similar to Doe, where the things that he does at a high level don't always show up in the box score. You know, but obviously, would love to if he made that corner three. Wasn't willing to miss corner threes in the fourth quarter.
Everybody was missing.
Missed the first, I think maybe 1 or 2 questions to start this were asked, but Rudy, he was getting offensive glass throughout the series, but tonight seemed like he was able to convert more of his shots in the rim. What were you seeing that has led to that? His more success?
He's really big. He's really big.
He's really big.
You know, it's one thing if he's the only one down there, and it's another thing if there's multiple crashers, and you know, they all have the license to crash. McDaniels, DiVincenzo in particular, Randall as well, but McDaniels and DiVincenzo are crashing nearly every shot, so you have to account for them. Plus, Gobert's just bigger than everyone.
They're such a tough team. Like, Wolves is so gritty, bro. You gotta respect the effort they be putting out. Randall's a dog. DiVincenzo be hustling. McDaniels, he be hooping. They tough,
JJ,
man. They are tough.
Out, but third seed finish obviously didn't end the way you wanted it to. But on a personal level, how would you evaluate your first season as head coach of this team?
You know, I'll use my own thoughts to evaluate myself, and I'll use what my players say and what my coaching staff says to evaluate. But you know, I know I can be better, and I know I will get better. I don't necessarily take any satisfaction from how the year went. That's not to say I'm not proud of what the group was able to do and how we were able to figure things out on the fly and put ourselves in a position to have home court in the first round. But there's always ways to get better, and I can get a lot better.
Facts, yo. All right, man.